And here we go. Kyong starting off here in the sanctuary. Both the runners are getting a small key from the sanctuary chest. So we'll have to see where they route themselves from here. It looks like they're probably going to check Bumper Cave and head to Kakariko. Oh, early map check. Green Pendant in Eastern. Crystal 3 in Desert. Crystal 2 in Hera. So pretty late seed so far.
Yeah, so far. Seems pretty decent. All right, so both players heading north from Sanctuary. This is actually kind of an unorthodox route nowadays, because a lot of people will head to the escape tunnel first, do that sort of thing. But here, both players have found bombs on the crab, so we've got all the bombs we need.
Yep, and I see Bloomerang on the Lumberjack Cave, so we will probably not be seeing that this race. There's no reason for runners to want to pick that up later. So reduced Aghanim seed already. But let's see what the Lost Woods give us.
Kyong gonna take the time to pick up some more bombs, while Ack is full of them.
Well, Kyong had a little bit of trouble with the hoarder back over there in the Lumberjack area, so he's gonna stop.
Speaking of bombs.
Oh, more bombs! Enough bombs to make a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, are we talking like Pearl Harbor or Transformers here? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question. The answer is yes.
Okay, both of them at the same time? Sounds good. All right, so Ack actually saved and quit out of the thieves' hideout and went to Link's house, which is interesting because he picked up a bottle.
Yeah.
That means he's going to get Sick Kid.
That works out in his favor in this particular case. Well, let's see what else we find here. Kyong now entering Kakariko Village, going to be checking Blind's Hut. You know, this is where we start seeing a lot of early items because you've got at least minimum like 12 to 13 items here in Kakariko Village this early on. It's always one of the best places to start out. And Ack's going to run right into the race game. Not even going to check
He's
it.
just YOLOing it.
Yep, 50 rupees, big 25 rupees, and 50 rupees. So, like any good thief, a lot of money in the thieves' hut.
When you're coming up from the bottom, it's actually a little easier. Hey, there's the mirror in Blind's Hut. Look at that mess.
That's a nice
more bombs on the race game.
More bombs.
Where's Dark Magician when you need him?
No kidding.
Somewhere on the bottom of the deck, I assume. More bombs in the library.
Okay.
There's the power glove.
Oh, I love the power glove. It's so bad.
Is it really all that bad, though? Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
There's another bottle.
Container there.
So,
Yeah,
that bottle in Link's house won't make much of a difference now.
True, very true, especially since the Sick Kid is right there to claim it. Let's see what he gives. Piece of heart from the bottle vendor. Big 20 from the Sick Kid. So we're finding a little bit, but not much. And we're gonna get a little high five here over at the Chicken Shack. And there's our first sword.
Yep, we have ourselves weaponry, which is always great, and that will probably lead them over to the escape area where they can easily round up several more chests. Sadly, I don't think this sword constitutes go mode.
Little early to call on that one. All right, so now they're pretty much crisscrossing paths here. Ack's going to be checking Blind's Hut, getting his mirror soon. Kyong got to find all those bombs waiting for him. All right, forget a movie. We're going to have enough bombs here for a whole Michael Bay franchise.
Oh, yeah. And Kyong doing the standard get to the race game, look at it, and save and quit out.
Yep, he's gonna get his bottle here, and more than likely gonna be heading to this either to Escape or South Shore. Which way is he going? He's going up to the Escape.
Yep. With that sword, that makes Escape a lot more appealing.
Be able to check Uncle to see what he has as well. See what he's hiding. You know, there's a lot of these Sphere Zero eras. A lot of some runners will tend to forget or pass up because they don't have the sword, and it comes back to bite them later. So now is the best chance to check this. We get $50 from Uncle. Let's see if the chest offers anything better. And yep, just a single rupee.
And it looks like Ack might be going for the sequence break to Death Mountain.
Really early to be pulling it. Did he get the... Okay, he got the power glove. Yeah. I mean, I would think at least maybe back of Escape, but not going straight to Death Mountain. That's an odd risk. Especially this early on.
There's not a whole lot you can do right now. Well, he can get all the way to Hera. He's got the mirror.
That's true. But that's still, like, this early on, without a lamp, the logic's not going to be setting him this way. This is a bit of a gamble here. And when it comes to sequence breaking, version 26 and 27 tends to scare you away from sequence breaking too much. So we'll see how that plays out for him. Kyong finding a piece of heart starting off here in the dungeon area of Escape. Let's see what the old man gives us here. What's his cost for escort? Just more
bombs. I mean, I think we're running up on all of the bombs in the seed, to be honest.
I would not be surprised.
To be fair.
And he's going to head back up to the Sanctuary, probably going to be checking the back of Escape now. Like I said a minute ago, yep, that's where he's going. Let's see what Kyong finds over here as he takes out the blue guard.
Oh, it's the bow!
Ooh, that's just what I said earlier. You got to check these areas because you never know what you might find. Now going to check the back of Escape here. 3 chests to find. What will he find over here? We have piece of heart, another piece of heart, and a big 20.
There you go. Just all the most exciting items today here in the back of Escape. Kyong dealing with the guard here. Ooh, nicely done. Sets up a death warp and gets a burrito, but does not actually do the death warp.
Nope, not much he can do there. He's going to check the back of Escape like Ack did a minute ago. Now Ack's going to be crisscrossing past and heading over to the dungeon area like we just saw. So we're at a lot of crisscrossing with these guys today.
Yep. So would you expect either of these players to want to try to go clear Eastern Palace?
I think you kind of have to. If you have the bow, it's kind of pointing you in that direction. I mean, there's really not many other dungeons they can do, especially if they don't have the lamp yet. I mean, if they have the lamp, then yeah, maybe Tower of Hera, but, you know, Eastern's such an easy dungeon to clear, and there's always a good chance for items. Plus, it has Green Pendant, so you can immediately turn it right into Sahasala. I don't see any reason not to do it.
I expect them to go to South Shore first, but beyond that, I would expect a trip into Eastern Palace, even though it is a pendant.
Kyong now going to work his way through the dark rooms here in the sewers of Escape. Bit of a sequence break, but you know, you might find something in here. We know there's still one item left to be found. So we found the map, we found the key. So whatever's here is going to be something important.
That is very true, and we will see. I think that was a heart of some kind.
It was something. I couldn't tell what it was.
Because I saw just the right-hand side of it.
Yeah, and then there's nothing new on his menu, so that was most likely a heart.
And it animated upward, which I don't think anything but a full heart does that. So I could be making that up.
We'll see shortly. Kyong now going to head his way over to Eastern Palace.
No, they all animate upward. I just don't know what I'm talking about.
It's all right. It's late. It's 11:30 over here in my area, so I can understand. Kyong now gonna check Sir Hasala's closet, see what the old man's hiding back there today.
Yep, we've got 3 items back here. Nobody knows what it could be. We got 20 rupees.
20. Heart container and more bomb.
Yep. It's a shame we haven't found more bomb upgrades to make use of all these bombs.
I know, right? But nonetheless, he's got the cue from that bow. He's heading to Eastern. This would have been the play I would have made. If you've got the bow, do Eastern ASAP. Because especially, again, green pendant, even if this isn't a pedestal seat, green pendant, can be turned in for another item. And I've seen it pay off more often than not.
And we're going to see Ack also go pick up the chest in the Dark Escape from the other direction. So what causes a seed to be Aghanim required, someone asks in chat. If there's something on the Lumberjack Cave, then Aghanim is required, something you need. Also, if you can't get Dark World access without killing Aghanim, that's another thing. Sometimes the Moon Pearl can be on the pyramid, and that causes you to have to go do it. And then there's a weird scenario where the hammer is not found until much later, and it's at Fat Fairy, and you need it to actually get the super bomb there.
Yeah, that's a rare one, but that does occasionally happen. But so far, not finding much here in Eastern. Now, a lot of people were talking about the infamous Shade Seeds, where you get a lot of items early on in Sphere 0, but then something trolls you later on. I think we're inching towards that, though. We don't know what's in Mini Moldorm Cave, so we don't know how big that's going to be. If this does end up being a Shade Seed, what's going to be the item that trolls them the hardest? What's that one item that's just not going to give itself up? What do you think it's going to be, Bob?
It's it's going to start a chain, actually.
Ooh, literacy.
Well, never mind, because I was going to say the book. And then I picked it up.
It read your mind.
There you go.
It read your mind like a book. And yes, I did that intentionally. I don't care. Now, for me, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say Cane of Samaria. I get the feeling the big red cane's going to be the one that trolls them.
There you go. Yeah, flute is definitely a possibility for trolling. It's been quite a big deal. All right, so Ack coming into Eastern, just a little behind Kyong.
And Batoka, you're asking who the Shades is? Do you not see what my name is here? I am the Shades. It's been named after me because I've commentated so many races that end up like this that it's just kind of become my signature seed that I call. So
yeah. I mean, if you keep this up, somebody might start throwing you.
Oh, I've had plenty of times where I've wondered if people want to avoid having me as a commentator just because they don't want to deal with one of my seeds. Anyway, back on track here. Kyong finding the compass in the big chest. So the last item is on the Armos Knights. So all the more reason to go in there and take them out and get that green pendant.
Ack got a little trolled by the Stalfos room there. 3 of them spawned.
Oh, I hate that. I still haven't mastered the timing of getting the short Stalfos room because how you move around in there determines.
Yeah, has nothing to do with timing. You could take all the time in the world.
It's about where you move on the room in the room, right. I believe. That's what I'm saying. I haven't quite mastered where to move to get the 2 spawn. I've done it a couple times. I just don't know the exact method.
Slightly on the left side of the pod is when you start moving downward from the top, and that's it.
Well, makes sense. Nonetheless, Kyong now making his way up to the Armos Knights. Just got to take out these red Igors here. Very nicely done. He's got more than enough arrows to take these guys on. So let's see what they drop, both in terms of what they drop themselves and what the green pendant gives them.
Well, there is more than enough arrows here, but you still got to be careful. You only had about 6 extra.
Gets through it, gets a heart container. That's always nice. Get a little extra health.
Yep.
Let's see what Sir Hassel is hiding.
Now, this kill on Armos Knights is in fact a sequence break. Everybody knows that. Also, whatever was in the big chest, also a sequence break.
Since you had to get in the dark room to get to the big key.
Correct. So the lamp, and I think it was just a dungeon item in the big chest. Yeah.
Yep, it was the compass. That's what I said earlier. All right, old man, what do you got for us? Just a big 20.
Same color as what he normally gives you, but unfortunately not the same thing.
Yep, so most likely now Kyung's going to be healing up and heading to the south shore. You got the dam, you've got the mini Moldorm cave, and since it's hard to grout no matter what you do, probably the Ice Rod cave as well.
Yep. If we find Moon Pearl, I could see a trip up to Zora happening. Ack is having a little bit of trouble with the back room in Eastern. It's not easy.
No, it's not. And Kyung opting not to check the name. He's going straight for Mini Moldorm Cave. That is an odd choice there.
I know why he's doing it. Because he has the book, he's going to do it on the way to Desert.
Fair enough. Makes sense then. Mixing up sword and bomb strats to take out these Mini Moldorms here. Works out pretty well for him. We've got 5 items in here. What will this cave have for us today? We have...
The flute!
The flute! 300 rupees. Big 20. Another big 20. And powder!
All right. So, Kyung just picked up his flute. I think we all know what that means.
You know what time it is, because that's exactly where he's heading. He's heading back to Kakariko to activate that thing.
So for all of those who don't like Swag Duck anthems, please turn off your volume now. This is going to happen. Also, you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm running out of words that you have never heard to sing about this bird stuck in this place. I don't know what to say, so listen to the shades as he says his catchphrase.
The goose is loose.
Thank you very much.
I normally like to shout that, but for you, I will definitely make an exception.
I actually like doing the song when it's not the music on stream. That way I don't have to line them up.
Dude, well, you got a piece of heart from the damn chest. So he's now making that play here. Probably going to be heading over to Desert right after this because now he can full clear that. So he's definitely following the logic, which from my experience with version 27 is the smart way to go. Follow the logic. If you have the items to complete a dungeon, go to that dungeon because that's where the logic is telling you to go. But then he's going to immediately turn around, ignore me, and head over to the Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, well, he's got the flute. He can get there pretty quickly. So
that's true. The only way to be quicker is if you had either flippers or boots to get here quicker, or at least to avoid the crabs, which are a real pain in the neck.
I believe Ack did get the book.
Yes, he did get the book. I remember seeing him get the book. All right, Kyung now checking the Ice Rod Cave. Gets a heart container for his trouble. Yep. Now I think he's going to flute over to the desert. At least I hope that's what he's going to do, or else I'm going to be a liar.
Maybe less of a liar, more of a, misjudger.
But it appears that I am not. He is going exactly there. We got more bombs on the desert. Jesus.
How many bombs are there in this?
All of the bombs. Now, the only trick to desert is going to depend on what's on the torch. If it's a trash item like rupees or bombs or arrow upgrades or whatever, it's fine. But if it's a progression item or if it's a key of either kind, big or small, this dungeon will be boots locked.
Yeah.
So that's going to make a big difference here.
Yeah, the best way to check it is, of course, to come in here and check this chest that Kyong is checking right now. And it's a small key, so there's 2 chests he can access on the right-hand side.
And now Ack looks like he's going to be following Kyung's suit and going there. There's the big key. But we still got 2 more chests to check and the torch. So we can do a full check at least. Maybe not a full clear, but at least a full check. We got compass. Not bad.
Check to see what's on the torch and what's in the big chest, and that's it. Because without the fire source, they can't go finish it.
Nope. And now for Acktheboker, I'll say it correctly here. The goose is loose.
All right.
More bombs on the torch. If the bombs are on the torch, how do they not explode when they're sitting on top of a source of fire?
Well, that's why you get a degree in pyrotechnics, so you know what to do.
I guess. And it's a 5 arrow upgrade there in the big chest. So he's going to take the right exit out because he's going to go right to Agnes Cave out of here, which is a smart play. Route that in. Otherwise, there's really no good way to route this.
Seems entirely legit. The flute, by the way, made Death Mountain wide open, or sort of wide open.
Ack is going to check that now, and he got
hammer
on the
spectacle rock.
Oh, he can get that now because he's got
huge.
the mirror. Yeah, indeed. That is perfect timing to find that mirror and get that. So, and piece of heart from Agnes Cave not paying off there, but Acktheboker now. Oh, we got our Dark World map check. Red pendant at Meyer, blue pendant at Swamp. I did not see where Crystal 5 and 6 were.
They were Turtle Rock and Palace of Darkness.
Ooh. And for Acktheboker, it's stop hammer time. And he is going to check the ether tablet. He can't grab the item there yet, but he can at least see what it is to see if it's worth coming back for. And it is just money.
300 rupees. Could be 100 rupees, I think. But it's more likely to be 300.
Most likely. But nonetheless, he's going to head into Tower of Hera. 2 unique items in here. Plus, it is a crystal dungeon. No reason not to clear this. And we find a piece of heart downstairs. Not going to be grabbing that. Yeah.
Oh, but picking up the hammer there just lets you go to East Side.
Oh, this just opened up a lot of stuff here. There's the big key, so basement run reduced, though not entirely eliminated. Depends on what we find upstairs.
Yep, the hammer's just a huge deal when you're sitting here without a decent sword.
Yeah, this will make some bosses a little easier. I mean, it's got a low range, but it does tempered sword damage, so it's very nice to have that for a boss like Moldorm, or as we like to call him, Trolldorm. If you've played this game, you know why we call him that.
I mean, we don't like to call him that. That's just the name he's earned over the years.
Again, if you played this game, you know why we call him that.
Excellent bomb jump for Acktheboker, and that bomb jump is pretty risky if you don't get it right.
Yeah, can be a big waste of time there. So now he's going to head up to Trolldorm, and we've found the map now, and we've got the small key for the basement if need be. So at this point, it's down to Moldorm. Does he have an item, or does he have the compass?
Yep. We will have to see. All right, so 3 hits with the hammer will take Moldorm down, but we're not going to see that just yet because Acktheboker takes a fall.
Trolldorm strikes again.
All right, one more time. Going for 3 hammer hits. And he's down.
There we go. Let's see. What does he have?
It is the compass.
We got a basement run.
All right, so we're going to have to wait on that because neither player can retrieve that item at the moment. So that's going to be what we call a loose square. It's just going to be sitting in the back of their mind like, oh man, I really hope there's not something there.
Indeed. So he's going to head off here and head over to the east side of Death Mountain. Now that he's got that hammer in play, that gives us the Spiral Cave, the Paradox Cave, or as I like to call it, the New Hype Cave, because quite frankly, it has more hype than the current Hype Cave ever does.
That's entirely, that's a fairly accurate statement. 300 rupees up on the floating island. You want to make sure to check the floating island. Do not forget it.
Yeah, I've seen that come back to haunt players that didn't check it later on. Actually, I think the race just prior to this had that happen where there was a cape on the floating island, and they needed that to get to a Master Sword to finish off Ganon.
Wow. That's kind of gross. I apologize. I haven't been able to watch any of the races today. I've been with my family all day.
Understandable. And
Flippers!
flippers!
We've got flippers in Spiral Cave.
So they had to take the walk of shame, but it was worth it. All right, let's see if the Paradox Cave pays off. We've got 7 items in this cave alone. You're almost always bound to find something here, Bo. Not always, but almost always. Let's see what we have here. We got Heart Container and Moon Pearl. What was that I just said? Almost always guaranteed to find something here?
Yep, something like that.
I think I called it.
Yep, 7 chests. It's just not a terribly likely occurrence that you don't find something.
Indeed. Let's see, we got Fisher Price Shield, Blue Mail. Holy cow. This cave is paying off here. Heart Container, Big 20, and 10 arrow upgrade. But still, you know, 3 decent items there. 1 big one.
Yep, some value, some safety, all glorious.
And that is why I call the Paradox Cave the New Hype Cave. There was a pretty good amount of hype in there.
Yep, though, because we now have the hammer, the pearl, and the glove, we may be seeing ourselves a trip to the Dark World pretty soon.
Wouldn't be surprised. We have our Dark World access, and Ack is actually going to take that hammer, and he's going to go check the Bat Cave.
All right.
This is one of those spots that's not very often checked and only occasionally pays out. But let's see if today's a different story. What do we got here, Mr. Bat?
Bomb upgrade.
Yep, just 10 bomb upgrade, but hey, still good to get it out of the way. Kyong now picking up all his items there from the Paradox Cave. And Ack is most likely going to head into the Dark World. Is he going to head up to Skull Woods, or is he going to head down into the Village of Outcasts?
Well, you know, conventional wisdom nowadays points you at Skull Woods, but you kind of want to have the fire rod.
Yeah, and I just realized something.
Now, Kyong's going straight for the real Hype Cave.
I call it the Prince Cave because it's the artist formerly known as the Hype Cave. Also, I just realized something. These guys have both mirror and book before even going into Skull Woods. You know what that means.
Ooh. We might see a pedestal check.
I think we will, but let's see what the Prince Cave has here. Starting off, we get Big 20. And we have Piece of Heart, 10 arrows, 5 arrow upgrade, And 10 arrows again. Trash cave.
It looks like we're gonna, party like it's 1942 or something.
Acktheboker gonna check the chess game, getting nothing but arrows in there.
Yep.
So he's actually gonna go through his Village of Outcasts before going to Skull Woods. And Kyong actually he's going to go ahead and go straight to the Lake Hylia Island. I don't even think we've seen what's here.
Nope, we sure haven't. But it's a sword!
Master Sword!
We have a sword upgrade. Just blindly checked. I love it.
And he's not even going to check Hobo. He's going straight for Zora.
Yep, he's got all those rupees. He's got the flippers. He can check the Waterfall of Wishing Cave. We've got quite a bit of value potentially here.
Potentially, but we only got 100 rupees in a heart container. Acktheboker finding a piece of heart in the sea house. And he is heading into Thieves Town. Given that he has the hammer, I do believe this is the better play here. He'll be able to full clear this dungeon. We got a big 20 on the Zora ledge. So let's see what the big fish has for us here. Are we going to have a life lesson, love lesson, or worth?
There's
hook
the
shot!
Hook shot! The hook shot in Thieves Town. Nobody's actually surprised by there being something in Thieves Town, though.
No, it happens more often than not. Piece of heart for Kyong there on Zora. So his love lesson here today. Oh, man. Acktheboker playing the right calls here. One thing I've always said about these main tournament runs is with runners as good as these, it comes down to what gambles do you make, what routes do you take, and what routes pay off. And right now, that is looking like Ack is making the right route.
I like to quote a famous movie on that one and say that it's all about making the wrong move at the right time. So Acktheboker picked up another bottle there. We see I call Thieves Town part of Sphere Zero of Dark World, because once you get Dark World access, that's wide open.
It's very rarely that you can go through Thieves Town without having what you need to full clear it. I definitely can understand that logic. Kyong now actually going to be making his way over to Pod and get a little visit from everyone's favorite little extortionist, Kiki the Monkey. 110 rupees, possibly more, down the drain.
Yeah. Ideally, you don't want to have to do more than 110. But Palace of Darkness is a particularly good play at this point, I think.
A lot of good items. They could potentially full clear it. They would technically sequence break because they don't have the lamp yet, but still, there's so many good items here. I don't see why you wouldn't want to check this at some point.
And the lamp could be in here for all we know. And with access to the hammer and the bow, which are the items you actually need to clear it, as well as the mirror, which makes it easy. That's pretty good. Ack, on the other hand, finds his own Master Sword here in the Skylight Room in Thieves Town.
Nice find there. If he goes to check Lake Hylia Island, he could walk away with Tempered Sword or higher here. So that's very nice to find. And eventually Kyong will make up here. He's pretty much guaranteed Tempered Sword because you know he's going to check this at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say these runners have had a pretty good seed this far. You know, nothing too trolly, nothing that's really been hindering them too much. The routing's been pretty efficient as a result. I'd say these guys are having a pretty good run. How long that lasts remains to be seen, but I enjoy what I'm seeing so far.
Everything's been pretty straightforward, kind of linear. It led you to one real location, which was Death Mountain, and that got you what you needed.
All right, Acktheboker now picking up the maiden, finding the small key, which obviously he was going to find because he needs that to get into this room to check the big chest. Let's see what it has for him. Will it have a dungeon item or will it have something of worth? It's got a burrito. So, it's going to be down to Blind to have the item.
Come on down to Thieves Burrito.
Should have heard me and Phantom Ryu earlier today. We were talking about all the maps. We were finding all the burritos. We were getting hungry by the end. All right, then. Acktheboker now working on blind. It's guaranteed 9 hits, but thankfully with that Master Sword, he'll have a little extra range to work with there.
All right, so.
And he takes care of that.
Just a piece of heart there at blind. Picks up that crystal. Now, so far, Pod has kind of been living up to its nickname of the Mullet Mansion.
I was just about to bring that up myself, actually. Yeah, your little nickname that you've developed for it, which I have happily stolen from you, admittedly.
Knock yourself out. Yeah. So far, not much in the front, and so we wait for the party in the back. Alright, so there's an invisible item in the first dark room. And another one. So we don't know exactly what those are.
Yeah. And Acktheboker now paying a visit to Alice Baldwin. Gonna see what's gonna happen over in the digging game.
Yep.
And just a big 20 for that.
Looks like Bombos was one of those hidden items there in the Dark World.
Ooh, we got a Bombos medallion. Very nice. Kyong now working on one of the hardest dark rooms in the game, the Dark Maze. Always tricky to route that in there when you don't have the lamp. Finds the other chest. I could not see what he got, but we'll see soon enough, I'm sure. And then, of course, going to check the big chest. And Acktheboker only finding a piece of heart there in the mirror cave. Oh, we got Quake.
Looks like Quake was picked up.
Silvers.
And Silvers. Wow.
Pod paint out big. And
There's the
Magic
cape.
Cape over at Stumpy.
Mr. J.R. Stumpsman. Willard, stop trying to mess with me.
Yeah, I had to double check my trap. I'm like, wait, no, he's like, wait, Gomo, no, they still got a few items to find for that. Willard, you troll. You're trollier than half of our audience here.
All right, so Acktheboker gonna see the glorious, bounty that Hype Cave provides. Hashtag sarcasm.
Hype Cave, sure. yeah, Hype Cave, sure. Let's go with that. Hype Cave. Yeah, real hype.
And Ack will probably head over to, well, color me wrong.
He's gonna pick up some bombs there from the shop.
Yeah, that's actually a completely valid strategy at this point. For those of you who don't know, those bombs, they actually fill up your entire bombs bag, all of it.
He's actually going to make the gamble on Swamp Palace. Given that he has the mirror and the hookshot, he can't full clear.
Wow.
Oh, no, wait. He's going to stop over here first. He's going to go check the Bombos tablet.
Right, Bombos. You're about to jump the gun on that a bit. So Kyong is now working on clearing out the turtle room. Or he actually just finished it. Turtle room is the worst. It is the actual worst.
Yep. Let's see what Bombos has for us. The lamp!
The lamp is on Bombos. What?
The trolling begins as Kyong now works on the helmet, starts getting 17 whacks with the hammer. And given that he's only got Masters, he may opt to use bow strat since he got those silvers in pod.
So we know now that going to pod and killing Helmasaur is not really a sequence break if you had gone to get the lamp first.
Yeah, but he doesn't know where the lamp is. Now Ack is going to make the gamble on Swamp Palace.
I can see clearly now the lamp is there.
Now, bear in mind, Swamp is a pendant dungeon, and we have no idea whether or not this is a pedestal seed. So this is a gamble of the highest order here from Ack. However, also remember that this is version 27. Version 27, and to a little extent, version 26 did this as well, favored heavily items in dungeons and really love to get you with items in pendant dungeons. So I can see Ack's reasoning here. Check this dungeon now while you can. Follow the logic.
Yep, and although Kyong picked up quite a bit in Palace of Darkness, none of it was actually able to get him anywhere.
At least not yet, potentially, because we don't know what medallions are needed for Turtle Rock yet, or if necessary, Misery Mire.
The big item we're looking for right now are the Titan's Mitts.
Titan's Mitts is
those lock out a huge chunk of the dungeons, and also the Fire Rod locking out Skull Wood. So the Swamp Palace play doesn't even feel that much like a gamble. There's only so many places you can go.
This is why I said before, you follow the logic. Go where the items are telling you to go, because odds are good it's telling you that for a reason. And that's definitely what's going on here. There's not many places they can check, so they need to follow the logic and go to those dungeons.
Titan's Mitts in Hera Basement would be the most trolly thing I've seen in a long time.
Oh, that would be cruel. That would be cruel right now, considering they were forced to double dip into Tower of Hera.
Gross. I mean, you didn't have to go into Hera the first time.
That's true, but the odds are good. You know, the hammer's right there. You needed the hammer, so you're gonna go into Hera no matter what.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I believe both of the items were acquired in Desert.
I believe so. Yes. And Ack is going to go ahead and check left side since he's already full clearing this dungeon anyway, given that it's this early on. So we'll see what he finds on this side. Plus, he still hasn't found the big key yet.
Yep. So we could find the big key over here in one of its more vanilla locations, or we could find it elsewhere. Ack managing to not flood the key, that's always an upside.
Indeed. And while we're waiting on him to flood this area here, I want to take a minute to remind you folks, if you're enjoying both of our runners, Acktheboker and Kyong92, please give them a follow on Twitch. They're working hard to give you guys an entertaining raid, so show your support.
I would also like to give a little shout out to our tracker, Catula89, because we couldn't do this job without her. So thank you very much for that.
The tracker, the unsung heroes of the Randomizer tournament. All right, Kyong now heading into Kakariko, probably going to check the Bat Cave, while Ack is heading up to the two chests here on the left side. What will they find? Are they going to find anything of worth over here?
All right, so we head into the Memorial West Wing of
Titan's Mitts!
Nice! The Titan's Mitts are there in the Swamp Palace Memorial West Wing. I would be tempted if I were Ack to mirror out and just leave.
But if he does opt to full clear it, that could give them an advantage if this turns out to be a pedestal seed. So
very true.
That's a tempting gamble there. Do you gamble on a pedestal seed?
I mean, Pedestal could have several key items at this point. Either Rod could happen. Pretty sure Boots can be there, even though it's not boot locked.
Oh, yeah, Boots could be there because it could also be potential Boots locked in Ganon's Tower. We don't know yet, so that's still a good idea to check that. And so we'll see how that plays out here. Kyong now going to head into the Dark World, probably going to check either Skull Woods or Village of Outcasts. We'll see how that goes. And Ack going to be checking the back end of Swamp.
Yep. Unfortunately, Cane of Samaria cannot be there.
Nope, that cannot be a pedestal item. There's the fire rod!
Fire rod! Oh my goodness.
Swamp Palace with the worth here today. 2 required items hiding in Impended Swamp.
Well done on that play. Ack picks up the big key here.
All the way in the back. Wow, that is trolly.
And fact, he's actually going to turn around and head that
He's
direction.
going to go check that big chest. Get it out of the way.
Actually going to leave the vanilla way. Yep, so Medallion and Ice Palace, or not Ice Palace, Ice Rod, are the only things that could potentially be there. And it looks like what Ack is doing is he's foregoing killing Argus.
It makes sense. Again, we don't know if there's a pedestal seed, and if he has to go back and full clear this and get the pendant, it won't be that hard for him to get back to it. It's it's not going to be a huge waste of time.
And he's only leaving the pendant. He's not leaving an item. So that was clearly the last item.
Yeah, and where is he going now?
Ice?
No, he'd have to go to the light world for that.
Well, he's got a mirror. He can get there.
Yeah, still an odd routing choice. Oh, he's using the warp here.
Right, he's heading up to Catfish, maybe.
Most likely, yeah. That's interesting routing choice, but I don't.
And
see
he also
I
hasn't
can
done.
see.
He also hasn't done Zora, so that is actually a really good combination. You rarely get to see the Catfish Zora combination nowadays.
It's efficient routing, and one thing I've always given credit to runners is efficient routing can make a huge difference in these races. If you route everything efficiently enough, you can find items much faster and end up getting things much quicker. Kyong now going to check Bumper Cave. He just finished up Skull Palace. Ice Rod!
He's on Bumper Cave. What is going on?
This seed is being generous. This is probably one of the most generous seeds I've ever commentated. We're looking at a full-on jet seed here.
Yeah. Well, there's always the possibility of that troll medallion, so don't count your jet chickens before they jet hatch. I don't know if that's a thing.
Fair point. But the fact that we found both funny enough, the only major item that's still trolling him is the one I predicted earlier on, which was the Cane of Samaria. That's still out there somewhere. I mean, we're not even an hour in, and look at all of this stuff we've got so far. This is an incredibly fast seed. Oh, and the chat pointing out, what if the cane is in the Hera basement that they have not checked yet?
Oh. And that will clearly be like the last place they check.
Yeah. That would be cruel. That would be so cruel.
Well, never mind. Look where Ack is.
Oh, is he going to make that check?
Well, I think he's going to go to East Dark Death Mountain first, but this could very well lead him back into the basement of Hera.
It'd be, again, efficient routing, and if it turns out to pay off, then that would be the best way to do it.
You do that, and you can also do Spike Cave while you're at it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. You know, we've got with this, you've got Super Bunny Cave, 2 items. You've got Hookshot Cave with 5 items. And then you've got Hera Basement and Spike Cave. There's 2 more items covered. Plus, you can even check to see what medallions needed for Turtle Rock to see if you're on track for that. So this is, again, efficient. That's how you play. You play efficiently, and it pays off.
Yep. So for those of us who are a little mathematically inclined, you want the expected amount of time that you spend doing things to be as small as possible. A lot of times that boils down to going where the most items are, or where you can check the most in a short amount of time.
Kyong now working on Thieves Town as well. And Acktheboker, he's going to check the medallion, and it is
Bombos?
I think that was Bombos. I couldn't tell.
It looked like Bombos to me.
And we got Red Meringue starting off in the Hookshot Cave. See what else we find. There's the Heart Container, getting some more safety. 5 bomb upgrade. And... oh!
Falling down! Okay. Single rupee!
Oh,
The
that
world's-
for a single rupee. That
The
is
world's greatest troll.
twist the knife game. Come on.
Right, and shortly Kyong will be picking up that tempered sword. There it is. So we've got bacon on a stick.
I think of it more of a Cheeto sword.
Ack is doing it. He's going into the basement.
Ooh, this is it, folks. I'm calling it. This is the critical moment. If the Cane of Samaria is down here, this could be Ack's chance to win this race.
I don't think our hopes are dashed entirely. There are 2 single rupees. We could definitely have another single rupee here in the basement
That's where we
chest.
found the other one already.
Really? What about the single arrow? Could we have that?
That could still be true. And looks like Ack not opting for coffee break strats. He's going to do a little dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
True. If you can dodge a tile, you can dodge a ball, I guess.
I am so happy that so many people know that joke. All right, let's see if this pays off. Ack, what have you found? And it is
Just a piece of heart.
Debated.
So, Chaos King, you now have a piece of Beyonce in my head
Oh,
with all the single rupees.
oh, if only this was Zelda 1. If we liked it, we could have put a ring on it.
True.
All right, and as you predicted, Ack going to check Spike Cave while he's here. He's got the hook shot. He's got quite a bit of health. He's got full magic, and he's got the magic cape. Very easy check.
He made sure to switch to the magic cape at 3 hearts because the magic cape does have a slight delay before you can pick it up. Now or before you can use it. That was a big heart. Big heart in Spike Cave, so they're still looking for that all-important Cane of Samaria.
The hunt is on. Where is the big red cane? We haven't found either cane yet. We haven't found either member of Team Hell No.
Yep. Well, Acktheboker, believe he's headed toward Skull Woods at the moment.
Yep, he's going to full clear that, and then most likely going to be checking the pedestal.
Yep. Hopefully, he'll find that that ice rod soon too. It's over on Bumper Cave.
Yeah, if he remembers to route that in, that'll pay off in his favor. But we'll see.
Looks like Ack will be starting with the back end of Skull Woods. Oh, they haven't. That's right. Neither player has checked Hobo.
That is very true. That was surprising earlier because I remember, I think it was Ack who was swimming off to Zora in the Dark World and didn't, or no, it was Kyong who was swimming over there and did not check it because he got that Master Sword earlier. But he did not check the Hobo while he was over there. That was
Kyong get Shovel.
Oh yeah, when did he get that?
But apparently it led him to Ether.
So all 3 medallions accounted for. That means there's not going to be any trolling in regards to what medallions they need.
You know what would be hilarious? Is if the shovel was one of the other dark items in Palace of Darkness.
Oh, Lord.
Because that would mean that all 3 medallions technically came from Pod.
That is interesting. Wow.
Oh, shovels in Skullwoods.
Ah. And Ack never checked all of Skullwoods.
Oh, he will.
He's just go-moding this quickly and checking the chests on the way up, which makes sense. It's it works out.
Yeah, because I think he's planning on heading out from here to check Bumper Cave and things like that. So if he's coming out that direction, it's probably a better idea than doing it all first and then having to walk all the way back.
Yeah, and Kyong now checking Swamp Palace. He's going to be very happy with what he finds in there. While Ack is making his fight on Mothville, it's going to be tricky with only Master Sword. He's going to have to rely on his hammer here, and he's going to be very careful to try to bring Mothula away from those spikes, because the Mothula does not take damage from those spikes, but he gets a very quick fight there. Very nicely done. And there gets Burrito for his troubles.
Now, we could see a pedestal check here, but I'm pretty sure it's dead.
If you're right here and you know there's still progression items floating out there that you haven't found yet, you have to check it.
Yeah, he doesn't know it's dead.
And even then,
it's dead.
Yeah, we know it's pretty much dead. The best they're going to hope to find here is the boots.
Yeah, boots on pedestal would be the 1 in 22 chance of being required.
Though, what if that is the true and the boots are required? What if it's big key on torch in Ganon's tower? That would be so cruel. Never mind, das Boot!
There are the boots. They're in Skull Woods. But Ack is still going to check this pedestal. We'll see what's here.
Because he doesn't know where the ice rod is. He's looking for that ice rod. He's looking for the medallions. He's going to go ahead and check it. What was actually here? What trash will we find? Half magic.
Half magic is not trash.
No, that is the closest thing to a trash pedestal seed without actually being a trash pedestal seed. What are the odds of that? And Kyong opting not to check the most of Swamp Palace. He's going to regret that later.
Yeah, I can see him coming back for the West Wing, though. Alright, so Ack will be picking up the shovel here, apparently, in this chest. And then he will peace out. And I think he will... Okay, he trolled himself.
Got a little lost there for a second. He's got to go the other way around to get back on track here.
So Kyong is finishing off, is going to go finish the boss of Swamp, having picked up the big key, and then he'll open the big chest on the way back in. Yeah, so the ice rod is at Bumper Cave, and I think he plans to check Bumper Cave right now. So
makes sense to do so, and he's going to be very happy with what he finds there. So at this point, because we know he's going to go to Pod anyway, and he's going to get all the items there, the only item we have left to find for Commentator's Go mode is the Cane of Samaria. We still don't know where the cane is.
Yep. At this point, it feels like it might be in like vanilla location.
Oh, the trolliest place it could be. When it comes to randomizer, the trolliest thing a randomizer can do is to put an item in its vanilla location.
So Kyong picked up the fire rod here. That we'll have to see if that causes him to leave or come back or go back in. He's going back
in. That's going to pay off for him. Yeah, he's not going to regret this decision.
All right, so Acktheboker is heading to the graveyard ledge, it looks like.
And most likely also going to be checking King's Tomb while he's here.
Yeah, and then he'll head back and check Bonk Rocks, I think.
Makes sense.
This route requires only one mirror.
All right, and we find Big 20 in the graveyard cave.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying he could have checked the Bonk Rocks, and I'm like, I think he did this so he'd only have to mirror once. Because mirroring is actually pretty slow.
Indeed. And there's Piece of Heart. And
was Pyramid checked?
No, Pyramid has not been checked.
I don't think so.
Pyramid has not been checked.
And we've got a shield upgrade in Bonk Rocks.
And he's going to be getting one more, I believe, in Pod, so we're going to be seeing a riot shield today.
Very nice.
Always nice to have riot shield going into Turtle Rock. That makes a lot of those laser rooms, including the infamous laser bridge, so much easier.
Ack is now going to be over to Misery Mire. Sorry,
he's going to check the Mire Shack at least, and I could not even see what Pendalion that was. He was too quick.
It doesn't really matter, but well, it matters for him.
All right, and we got Big 20 and Piece of Heart there in the Mire Shack. He's probably going to also check the checkerboard cave to see what's hiding over there.
Yep, we'll see what's in the checkerboard cave.
And he'll probably finish off Desert Palace while he's here, since he can full clear that now. In fact, he's going to go back in and finish that up.
That seems a little bit reasonable. Actually, I don't think he's even been in here.
No, that was Kyong that was in here earlier. That's right.
All right, so Kyong picked up the Titan's mitts inside Swamp, and he's heading over to the Mire area. Now,
he's not even going to check it anyway.
Yeah. We know that Ack is going to have to go into Palace of Darkness at some point. If not only just to get the crystal, but also he needs at least one medallion from Pod.
And it was Bombos at Mire. We can now confirm that.
Okay.
Bombos at Misery Mire.
So Bombos is in Pod, and it's the only medallion he needs.
So that way, Kyong's gonna be the first one to check Checkerboard Cave. Finds a Piece of Heart in there, so not much worth, but doesn't matter. We're still got to be in this area anyway. Ack's gonna finish up Desert Palace and take on the Land Mollusk. Should be a pretty quick fight considering he's got everything. Oh, he didn't get silvers earlier. That's right. That was in Pod.
Yep.
So he's gonna have to rely on Fire Rod strats or Master Sword swings.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it really does feel like Kane is in Mire. I'm not sure. I mean, okay, it could be with like the Smiths and all that mess.
And don't forget, we still have Ice Palace to check.
Nah, nobody likes Ice Palace. It doesn't exist. And Hobo. Nobody's checked Hobo.
But at this point, we can officially say that the Cane of Samaria is the Shade Seed item. Ladies and gentlemen, yours truly called it. He actually called something for once in his life.
Congratulations.
And both our runners finishing up win almost relatively around the same time. We had a bit of a high five there.
All right. So Axe heading through desert. He's going to see what's in the big chest.
Yeah, he decided to skip this earlier because he figured he would try to see if the landmalls had anything.
That was an excellent boss fight from Kyong with the silver arrows. I don't know if you saw that. It was very good. Alright, so Kyong is heading over to Skull Woods. He's going to pick up those boots, potentially. And Ack looks to be heading to Pod.
He's going to be very happy with what he finds in here. Because we've got 2 of the 3 medallions, the silver arrows, and... no, not the sword upgrade. That's still on Lake Hylian Island, but still, you know, all those items.
Pod has an actual party in the back.
Yes.
So Kyung's gonna head straight for Mothula to try to finish off Mothula. We don't know if he'll head back in to check that chest.
Odds are good he will, considering the fact that he's still looking for items, and we know Mothula doesn't have anything, so he will check that.
Alrighty. So Ack will be picking up the key to start this dungeon, which you definitely expect. Yeah,
very quick fight there. Also, since we're seeing a lot of similar locations here, I want to remind you folks that if you're enjoying our this race here, be sure to give a follow to all of our speed gaming channels, Speed Gaming 1 through 4, as well as ALTTP Randomizer 1 through 4 for our secondary tournament race. So that way you can keep up with all the randomizer action happening here. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on any of these races if you can help it. There's some amazing races going on both of our tournaments.
Indeed.
And if you can, be sure to subscribe as well, because if you subscribe to any of our speed gaming channels or cheer 250 bits or more to any of our speed gaming channels, you'll have the opportunity to participate in our big key guessing game later on tonight once we are on our way to Ganon's Tower. You definitely don't want to miss out on that.
We won't stop you from participating if you're not, but it just won't get counted on the leaderboards.
Fair point.
All right, so Acktheboker is about to finish off, heading over to finish off Pod. I don't know how much of Pod he's gonna check, but right now he's checking the right-hand side, because I think he didn't run out of keys. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Now both our runners have riot shields at this point. So they are protected from lasers of all kinds. That's going to come in handy for them.
All right. Yeah, so riot shield is pretty underrated item, I think. You know what the best part of having the riot shield is?
What's that?
It's the red mimics. You can walk right up to them and just shoot them in the face.
They are very annoying enemies. Kyong now making the gamble on making the play on Ice Palace. Will he find the Kane hiding here?
We will find out for sure as we head into Ice Palace. Kyong coming up on the first chest in Ice Palace.
Just getting a burrito, unfortunately. Still on the hunt.
And Acktheboker has picked up his Bombos medallion, so he will be able to get into both of the medallion lock dungeons for this particular seed. There's Quack.
Quack, quack.
Can we start calling that the Affleck medallion?
I like that. Okay, I'm stealing that. I am stealing that.
And he picks up the silvers. So Ack will now probably be making a beeline for that boss.
Oh yeah.
Kane cannot be at Fat Fairy because Turtle Rock is one of the crystals required.
Yeah. At this point, Kane is either going to be in here in Ice Palace where Kyong is at, or it's going to be in Vanilla Misery Mire. That's the two most likely places we pretty much checked everything else. The only other thing we haven't checked yet is Hobo, which I'm going to laugh so hard if that's
I really want it to be at Hobo right now. I want that to happen so bad.
It's one thing when the seed itself trolls them. It's even better when the runners end up trolling themselves by not checking one location that they could have checked much earlier.
Or even better, just have Hobo have the Cane of Brian.
Oh! Yeah, and I agree with Airbomb here. If the Cane is at the Hobo, you got to believe that our runners are going to feel like they're way behind.
Oh, yeah.
Not checking that sooner.
So Kyong taking an interesting route through Ice Palace. He appears to be heading to the 3 chests on the right side first.
Also, to answer your question in chat, when we refer to vanilla items and locations, what we mean is that is where it would normally be found if you were playing the game without the randomizer. If you were playing the game normally, that's where it would be. So if we say Vanilla Misery Mire, that means the Cane would normally be found in Misery Mire in the big chest. That is its vanilla location.
There's that big key for Kyong.
And Ack with the one shot using the silver arrows on Helmassar King. Nicely done.
And picks up that crystal number 5, I think. But it's actually his 6th crystal. Oh no, it's his 5th. I can't look at things.
Cannot brain tonight, my friend.
Correct.
I've been there. I feel your pain. I'm amazed I'm able to keep up as well as I am. I've been dozing off at this point. Part of me kind of regrets signing up for races. There it is! Cane of Samaria, the big chest and ice palace.
Shades.
I know what you're thinking, my friend.
I'm
about to
afraid.
say it.
I'm afraid that if you check the contents of that chest and read the fine print inside, you'll realize that it is in fact required to be Kane.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Kyong92 has officially entered Go Mode!
Indeed.
And just as we find it, Acktheboker is going to check the hobo.
Hobo.
The timing on that is perfect. What does he have? Just a big 20.
Yeah. If it was Kane O'Brien, I would have laughed so hard, you don't even know. All right, so Kyung finishes off Cold Stare, and that will be his 6th crystal. He'll be heading up to Turtle Rock to finish that off as quickly as possible.
Yep, he will be 1 dungeon short of 100% clear in terms of dungeons. Acktheboker now going to check the pyramid. This was not checked earlier. What does it have? Just a big 20. He is checking everything he forgot to check before, and that's just wasting him more time when all he actually has to do is go stay on the logic and go to Ice Palace.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said before, I called at the beginning of this race, I said that the Cane of Samaria was going to be the go mode item. It was going to be the Shade Seed item. I called it on the money. And I am very proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a race.
Axe doing
He's taking Jeremiah.
And all that mess.
He's taking Jeremiah home.
Yeah, you hate to see that. But, you know, like I said, nobody likes Ice Palace. So a lot of people will go into Ice Palace as a last resort because it is so much faster to go mode.
Also, in case anyone's wondering, why do we call the frog Jeremiah? Well, Jeremiah was the bullfrog, and he's a really good friend of mine.
Yep. I'm told he brings joy to the world, to all the boys and girls, and the fishes in the deep blue sea.
And
Hey.
there's our last sword upgrade.
Vanilla tempered sword.
Is this even randomized?
C Note 58, you are not wrong.
You saw that too, yeah. Contrary to what you might think, I'm at least in my 30s. So yeah,
makes
I know
two
how
of
old I
us.
am. And we get a big 20 from the purple chest there.
All right, so Kyung is hitting up Turtle Rock. We find the big key and another small key. This is the start you want to see for go moding Turtle Rock.
Absolutely.
2 small keys and a big key.
Really gonna blaze through this dungeon without any problems. And the longer Acktheboker takes before going in Ice Palace, the further behind he is going to be. This is costing him the race, and he doesn't even realize it.
I think he's probably heading to Ice Palace now. He likely feels like he's exhausted. Nope. He's shovel checking.
So he's gonna get his Quake medallion. He's still not gonna find what he's looking for.
He's gonna get the ether, I think. But yeah.
There's the
mushroom. in the
Oh, we're not going to be
change
seeing
room.
that turned in today.
Not if we can help it, that's for sure. So, if Ack goes into Mire, that would be the worst. Oh no. Why did I say anything?
Commentator's curse.
Why did I say anything?
No. Oh, that's exactly what he's doing. He's going into Misery Mire. He thinks he's not willing to check Ice Palace, and that's hurting him so bad.
Yeah, press F to pay respects indeed.
Oh. I mean, it's not like you need the Cane of Samaria to do Ice Palace anyway. This is not necessary.
Well, you know, it is kind of a 50-50 shot, and like I said, some people really don't like Ice Palace. And Kyung picks up a small key in the big chest, and that will do it as far as keys go.
He won't even need to check Laser Bridge. That's going to work out for him perfectly.
Just gonna walk right in to the final door. Go kill Trinex. It's a shame that half magic is on the pedestal, because you like to have half magic, but you know, you don't need it if you're the caliber of these players are.
No, these guys can do it. At best, I'd say, you know, he can stock up on some potions. Oh, he's got to be careful. He's running really low on health here.
That's very true. But he has passed the fire bars at this point, and he can use that powder that he picked up earlier on here in the next room, and he will be doing so.
Oh, but it backfired on him.
Oh, wrecked. I mean, that'll give Ack a little bit of extra time to catch up, but not much, because he starts back at the big chest. Now, when it's Marissa, you have to press P to pay respects.
Yeah, for those who are wondering, yeah, the sprites we're using, we got custom sprites here for our runners. Acktheboker using Saint Link, as I like to call him, because he's doing a Christmas Link. It is the holidays coming up. And and Kyong92 using Marissa from the Toho franchise. If you've ever played those games, first of all, you're a braver man than I.
Correct. Braver man than me as well.
I think I've tried my hand at one Toho game, and I learned my lesson real quick. I am not meant to play that kind of madness.
All right, so Kyung picks up that fairy this time with very little problems. Does a nice cane dash to get through that room, and picks up the magic refill as we head into Trinex.
Indeed.
Quickly dispatches the firehead. Now we're going to take care of the ice head.
With Tempered Sword goes. Yep, with Tempered Sword, very easy to do. And he's going to try to go for the quick kill. If he gets a good spin slash early on and a couple solid hits, he can hit it before the damage is limited to the center of the body.
All right, that was pretty quick. Certainly
Quick
nothing
enough.
wrong with that.
Not full quick kill, but close enough.
And this will be Kyung's 7th crystal. You know what that means.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. We are on our way to Ganon's Tower. There are exactly 22 possible locations in Ganon's Tower where the big key could be hiding. Please get your guesses in the chat where you think it's going to be. If you are subscribed to any of our speed gaming channels, or if cheer 250 bits or more to our speed gaming channels, you can officially participate in our big key guessing game and be placed on our leaderboards.
Yep. So where do you think it's going to be, Shades?
I always go by location. I'm going to say Fire Bar Room.
Fire Bar Room, you say? Well, I tend to write down the number 14 because that tends to be in the traditional route, Bob's Chest, which, if we all know what that means, because if you look at my name, you know why that is.
Makes sense to me. And you beat me to the punch on the bot there, buddy.
All right.
Chess. Big 20. Second chess, small key.
Looks like we may be having a right side check.
Yep. Does he gamble tire room? I've seen it happen every once in a while. Someone makes that gamble, but not very often. Nope. Not happening today.
Nope. You don't really see that often.
No, but the few times I have seen it, it's ended up paying off, believe it or not. Like, I've seen it happen twice where someone's gambled tile room, and by sheer force of luck, that was where the big key was.
And for those of us watching the left side of the screen, looks like Acktheboker has finally decided to head into Ice Palace.
He's going to be kicking himself when he finds that cane. All right, here we go. Test number 3, 50. There's the cane of Brian in 6.
Yep. Brian,
7,
if you're watching...
And 8!
No, that's 6.
Oh, you're right. 6. My bad.
There we go.
So, congrats you to
Eudaimonistic.
Eudaimonistic. I would have never guessed that. Congratulations. You were the first supporter to guess the correct answer. Nicely done.
All right. Well done. And we now see Kyong making his way up Ganon's Tower. This is, from this point on, a sheer display of 100% skill. There will be no more luck involved.
The closest thing to luck you'll have is whether or not Trolldome or Ganon decides to be trolly and knocks them off the ledges, but more often than not, these racers rarely have that problem. So this is Kyong's race to lose at this point.
Acktheboker pulling off a very nice Ice Palace bomb jump. For those of you who are interested in learning Rando, that's one of the first tricks I recommend picking up. It makes your Ice Palace just that much easier.
Also, you should know how funny it is that both of them have Tempered Sword, but they both got their third sword upgrade from different locations. Kyong got his from the Lake Hylia Island, and Acktheboker got it, I think, was Bunk Cave, wasn't it?
His third sword upgrade was Vanilla.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The Frogsmiths.
Yeah, it was at the Smiths. Axe going straight for Cold Stare.
He didn't go. Oh, no. Ack did not check the chest. He's not going to have the cane. It's in the big chest, Ack. What are you doing? You're going to have to double dip.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he feels super behind at this point.
Yeah,
And
but
so
in doing this, he's going to have to be even further behind. This is actually going to do him more harm than good.
Yep.
Also, shout out to Tin Mullet for your $4.99 subscription. Thank you very much.
And Kyong will be heading into the next area, the second torch room. Delaying ever so slightly. If he had gone up those stairs, I think, like at the first point he could, I think he actually would have despawned the tower.
Yeah, for those who don't
Pretty
know,
close.
if you go up the stairs as that door, as the door in the torture room shuts, it can accidentally despawn the enemies in this room. That includes everything up through Aghanim 2. Therefore, it will soft lock your game.
Yep, the only way to fix it is to mirror out and do it again.
Not a fun thing to have to deal with, but thankfully we don't have to see that here. Kyong with a couple of good slashes there on Troll Arm 2. Gets through easily. Will he check the final chest? No, he will not.
Pretty sure at this point the chat likes to talk about Dairy Queen for some reason. I don't know why.
I know, like, it's late at night, guys. It's already closed. As much as I love ice cream, there's just no chance. Ooh, nice triple there from Kyong. That was a perfect triple and gets a double. Couldn't ask for a better run there. Gets another single hit there, takes out Aghanim 2, and now it's time for the big pig. And as me and Ryu were talking about earlier, I don't know about you, but I've been aching for some bacon.
I was gonna say, that reminds me of that song from The Lion King.
Great minds think alike, my friend.
All right, so with the Tempered Sword, that means that Kyong will need 12 slashes or 6 spins or enough to add up to an equivalent damage combination of both on each of the first 2 phases of Ganon, then a single slash on each jump in the 3rd phase, followed by 4 silver arrows when he turns blue in the final phase, and that will destroy Ganon.
He's opting to use cape strats here. He's using up that magic. He's got to be careful. He's probably going to opt for torch glitch here because he's going to need it unless he's got a blue potion. Oh, he's got a green one. Never mind.
Yep. We picked up that green goo very early on, I believe, in the tavern. Yeah, the cape strats are always great because, you know, even if you are doing safety stuff, it's so much faster. Kyong did not torch glitch, but that's no big deal.
Yeah, and Acktheboker just getting his Cane of Samari. He is now in go mode right as Kyong finishes the job against Ganon. That is it, Kyong92. GG, my friend. Congratulations. You did good, my friend.
And Kyong, go ahead. He walks through the door with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 43 seconds. GG to Kyong92 on his win today.
What a race. That was amazing. Really well done. Acktheboker had amazing routing, but he made a critical error that cost him the entire race. And that's what, you know, as good as he is, that is sad to see.
Yeah, he had a great gamble early on going to Swamp, and then he made more gambles by not going to Ice, which was just... Anyway, we'll see if we can get Kyong in here.
Yep, and as we're doing that, Akka is now making his way into Turtle Rock. He's going to go mode it, but it's already too late, unfortunately.
So yeah, Ack is now in sort of an unfortunate position in his group. He'd have to get to 2 and 2 and then get some help. So
All right.
Kyong is going to fast forward through his credits real fast so we can see it, because he doesn't want to lag his Discord when he comes in for the interview.
And the red male was at the mushroom.
Wow. All right, so Ack will be picking up these keys here as he heads through Turtle Rock.
I'll take this opportunity to remind you folks, if you enjoyed our runners here today, Acktheboker and Kyong92, be sure to give them both a follow on Twitch. They are both amazing runners. Give them some love. And of course, shout out to our tracker, Catula89, and of course, myself and my co-commentator, Dr. Bob-tastic. I don't know about you, but I've had a blast with this race.
Yep, been pretty good. Been quite good. Let's see what some of Kyong's stats are here as we head through these things. We've got 6 bonks and 248 menu time. That's pretty good for the amount of time he spent in the seed.
Indeed, and it looks like he's about ready to join us here. Let me go ahead and bring him in for us.
Kyong,
Kyong!
GG.
Hey, thanks.
So, how do you feel that seed treated you?
It was pretty straightforward, I think. I was kind of mad that I died in Turtle Rock. That was pretty bad, but other than that,
Yeah, just slightly, just right there next to that anti-fairy before you could get it powdered.
it was the kind of situation where, since I was one hit from death, I ended up playing differently, and doing that ended up killing me. Because I usually powder from a higher point, but I thought for some reason, oh, I can't get hit, so I'm gonna try to be safer in quotes, but that wasn't safer at all.
Apparently not. Well, if it makes you feel any better, you had such a wide lead, it didn't make that much of a difference. Ack is still making his way through Turtle Rock. The critical moment was the fact that he was unwilling to do Ice Palace for quite a while, and even double dipped it because he did not check the big chest, which is where the Cane of Samaria was hiding.
Ooh.
He really wanted to go mode Ice Palace, and in fact he did go mode Ice Palace, and then he just went back in again.
I see.
Unfortunately, that was the worst move he could have made, pretty much. All right, so Ack is going to be heading through this dark room. So Kyong, that's going to move you to 2-0 in the group. It's
Yep,
a pretty good place to be sitting.
that's for sure.
So who do you have left to play against?
Shores and Penguin Puff. One match is gonna be this Sunday and another Monday.
All right, so both of those races coming up pretty soon. You feel pretty confident about those, or what?
Shores is gonna be interesting because it's gonna be a rematch. I
Alright.
played against him on the 6th round, forcing him to go 3-3, and he ended up winning the bloodbath race mega tiebreaker.
Nice.
So that's gonna be interesting.
It's going to be pretty interesting.
All right, so Acktheboker now working on Trinex, getting him through pretty quickly here. Let's see if he gets that quick kill. Not quite, but nope. But he gets through relatively quickly.
Yep. Perfectly reasonable kill, and that is going to be Ack's 7th crystal. So, nice job on calling right side there for the big key. We'll see if Ack goes that way or if he's gonna.
I
do the
considered
standard
doing
route.
a different strat since I don't know. I died, right? You can't really think I'm 100% ahead if I died somewhere that wastes time, etc. So I almost considered doing Dark Magician since Eck in some of his matches he does that too. But I ended up doing the usual strat.
All right. Yeah. Speaking of Dark Magician, early on in this race, basically every single item we found were bombs. Like everything was bombs, and I'm like, "Where's Dark Magician when you need him?" On account of that epic bombing run he made that one time. All right, so it looks like Ack is heading to the left side first.
Oh, he's just doing all the wrong moves, but we can at least see what's over here. Piece of heart on Bob's torch, so Bob would be alive if we actually saw him. And considering which way Ack's going, maybe we will.
Very true. So, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, when you were getting close to finishing up Skull Woods, were you worried about there being any ammo on the pedestal at that point? Because there wasn't much left, admittedly.
Not really, no. Since I only need some Mara. At the point where I finish Skull Woods, I only need some Mara, and with Mara as a pendant, I wasn't really worried, no.
Yeah, at that point, when Ack finished Skull Woods, he had yet to do Palace of Darkness, so he ended up checking the pedestal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And funny enough, here's something you might not realize is that both of you have Tempered Sword, yes, but both of you got Tempered Sword in different ways. You got it from Lake Hylia Island, but he actually found the final sword upgrade in the Swordsmiths. He got vanilla Tempered Sword, believe it or not.
Nice. Yeah, that was
So,
a blind Lake Hylia check, Joe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, had you seen Lake Hylia at that point? No, you just went and got it.
I just wanted to do the flippers locations, and I thought, I'll just do Hype Cave into the flippers locations.
That was pretty great.
Ended up working out.
And Ack picks up that big key. He has plenty of small keys on the way up, so we should be ending this run soon.
Yeah, and funny enough, and just to troll you guys even further, the red meal, in case you missed it, was actually at the witch's hut. The mushroom was to be turned in for the red mail.
Nice.
Yeah. So 2-0. One more win likely gets you into the next stage. And you can pick that up either Sunday or Monday. And I wish the best of luck to you on that.
Thank you.
Did you learn anything from this seed? Do you think there's anything you might have done differently, or given another shot at this, would you have tried something else?
I think most of the learning for any of these tourney races, really for me, it's usually before the race when I try to watch my opponent's PODs to see how he does things, and I try to copy the way that Egg does his intro, the beginning of the seed this time, since I didn't want to be handicapped either way. And I thought that was a pretty interesting way to begin an open seed.
Yeah, you were pretty close. You both went to started at Sank, but what I think was it you who Or was it Ack who left after the Lost Woods?
Probably him. He sometimes does that, but I didn't want to do that since I got the bombs, the 10 bombs from the bush card.
Yeah, the crabs were nice today.
Yep.
Tree pull not so much since you only got single rupees from that, but what are you gonna do?
All right. So we're in the torch room now for Ack. It's gonna be a pretty quick torch room. I noticed that that you took a little care not to despawn the tower.
Yeah. Whenever I end up having to grab that full magic, I always do that. I have had that happen for me, I think, twice.
Ugh. Yeah, you definitely don't want that to happen in the middle of a race. Though I think you probably could have despawned the tower and still won.
Yeah, like we said, you had a commanding lead here going into Ganon's tower. Like he was still, I think he actually, here's another critical error he made. Instead of going into Ice Palace, he went into Misery Mire, which had absolutely nothing. And we knew this at that point, but he just...
For a second, but I had so many other spots checked.
He did Mire, he did, Smiths and Lunchbox and Peg Cave and all that. He did everything he could have done except go to Ice Palace.
Did he go to Dark World Death Mountain as well?
Yep.
For us? Yeah, so he basically did that, like, the order I would do things he did in reverse, basically. Looks like that at least.
Alright, so Ack will be making his play on the Aghanim 2 fight. So Kyong, once again, GG on this run. I think if you wanna, if you'd rather not sit here and talk to us anymore, we're gonna probably focus on Ack for a little bit. But wow, double, triple.
Nice.
Nicely done.
I was mad that I didn't get it.
You did pretty good, man. You got that early triple, which was a very hard setup. I was really impressed with that one.
Anyways, I'll stay here if I wanna.
Alright, that's perfectly fine. I just want to let you know that you were free to do as you please. Now, Ack is actually going to leave because he doesn't have any magic. We may see him flute over to the witch's hut or something. But right now he's just digging.
Trying to get his rupees up, but I don't know why.
No,
he's
he's
trying to get
getting
more fairies.
magic. He's trying to get magic. He has no magic. He has no bottles for magic.
I was thinking he was probably going to flute over to the witch's house and pick up some more magic, but he's not having any luck with this route.
All right, well, he's got a little bit. And I think that's all he's going to get. He's going with 2 shots.
He's going to be relying... I guarantee he's going to go Torch Glitch. He's going to have to.
Yeah, he got trolled real hard trying to powder an anti-fairy right before Moldorm. And that's how he lost all his magic. Ooh, getting inside the balls of fire and doing dash strats. Pretty good.
Gonna swag it up a little bit here.
All right, and Ack is on to phase 3. And on to phase 4. Quick shot to Ganon, and he's gonna torch glitch it up with the lamp. This could be a double. There it is, double. And Acktheboker takes down Ganon. All right, so Ack finishes off with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 27 seconds. In the SRL chat, he comes out with, "You sniped me."
Still, what a race, my lord. That was
Indeed.
interesting. And Acktheboker joining us now here in the channel. Ack, GG, my friend.
I don't know if you're saying anything, but I don't think you're coming through, Ack.
I want to make sure your mic's turned on there, buddy. I know you had to have it muted for the stream. Nope, just give him a minute, folks. He'll get his stuff worked out here, but still, what a race. Oh, man, oh, and he's out. There we go. Let's try that again. Ack, you there with us, buddy?
Can you hear me?
There you
Yes.
Sorry, my microphone was in the last possible chest, so I was looking for it for a little while.
are. Oh, nice. Nice. So I have a question for you. Do you
Yep.
have some sort of aversion to Ice Palace?
I don't know. I don't know. I actually had a lot of fun that seed. Like, everything was working out in my way, it felt like, until I guess it wasn't.
Yeah, you went into Swamp early and got those 2 items that were, sitting there waiting to troll people pretty early, and then we're like, oh man, Ack's so far in the lead, and then you just never went to Ice Palace.
Yeah. I think maybe if I would have went directly into Pod and Ice Palace, I would have been in really good shape there. Like, after you did Swamp, everything was pretty much clear cut and dry if you found the ice rod on the bumper cave. But yeah, once I just couldn't find the cane forever because I didn't go to Ice Palace, and at that point I felt like I was behind, and it was either the cane was in Mire, and then maybe I had a chance, or I'd already lost.
Yep, that's pretty much the way it goes. So yeah, sorry about that. What happened there, Ack? But
Whatever, it's all
you still
good.
put on a pretty good show. So unfortunately, that's going to put you at 1 and 2 in the group. You're not out of it. There is a scenario in which you make it to the next stage. You will have to win your next match, though.
Yeah. Yeah, winning my next match probably would be beneficial towards that, but that's just how rando goes. I mean, when you find the last item in the last possible spot you can check, you're not gonna typically be expecting to win from that. And I mean, it could have been anywhere, so in this case it was a very normal spot, but I had found all the weird ones early.
Yeah, if only you had gone to Ice Palace sooner, you probably could have won this one. Actually, one little funny bit is that we were telling Keon about this earlier. You guys both had Tempered Sword, but you both got it in different ways because he found his Tempered Sword on Lake Hylia Island, whereas
I never checked that, did I?
No, and you found yours on the Swordsmiths.
Like vanilla Tempered Sword. That's pretty hilarious.
Oops. Yeah, that's right. I was gonna check Island after I did Hobo, but I think at that point I was a little frazzled.
And we could also confirm that the mushroom was where the red mail was hiding. You had turned that in, you would have gotten the red mail.
No. Right?
Yeah, that wasn't happening.
So I have to ask, why did that anti-fairy have your number today?
that was so funny. I was like, all right, I got my magic refill. I was like, I'll probably be fine on Ganon. I don't need the health. Might as well take the health so I don't die. And I was like, I have no more magic. He cleaned me out. That was really funny to me, though.
Yep.
And then I used my green potion before that. I knew I was done at that point. I don't look at IRC, but I'd figured he was real done. The stuff in Swamp Palace, once you found that, I mean, you're practically good to go, especially if everything wasn't pod and wasn't ice, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, so both of you guys did an excellent job on your run tonight, and I commend you both on your perseverance and your tenacity when it comes to these seeds.
The only reason I did the dumb plays anyways is because I was playing Kyong. I know he's much better than me, so I'd have to do something if I wanted to beat him, but I just need to know when to stop.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, everybody, I think that's going to be all the time we have for tonight. Thank you once again to both Acktheboker and Kyong92 for their performance tonight, and of course to our tracker, Catula89, and to our restreamers. Well, it's on Fiesel's computer, but I think Willard was running it. So Willard J. Bradley also helping out with the stream here today. Thank you very much. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not thank my co-commentator Shades for his wonderful commentary today.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you as well, Dr. Bob Tastic. You have been a pleasure to work with. I can't wait to work with you again. This was a lot of fun to commentate.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, thanks again for the commentary, guys, and the restream tracking, all that good stuff.
We do our part so that you guys can do yours. So we definitely appreciate you guys' run here. In the meantime, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you follow all of us on Twitch, and as well, make sure you give a follow to all of our Speed Gaming channels. Like I said, Speed Gaming 1 through 4, ALTTP, our Randomizer 1 through 4. Give them a follow as well to follow our secondary tournament. We'll have a lot of interesting races coming up for you guys tomorrow. I know for a fact we've got Freeman and Gem happening tomorrow. Actually coming up here shortly. Or actually, no, I'm looking at
it's noon tomorrow.
Noon tomorrow. Yeah, I'm getting my numbers.
We've got
noon tomorrow. 3 p.m. We've got Jet 82 and Mechanix in their softlock rematch from a couple days ago. And 5 p.m. we've got Amazing Ampharos versus Gerdo. And at 7, we've got Krantsun versus Zero Rush. So we've got a ton of races, and that's just the main tournament for you guys to check out. Make sure you follow the schedule that's posted there in the chat right now. And until then, We will see you guys next time. And as I always like to say, rock on, guys.
See you later.